Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to play catch up, and then we're going to look forward for I call it Take Care of Maya trial against the hospital. Um, we call it J Hatch. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I wrote some things down. I have my coffee here, and I want to get several things word for word. Um, Today, let's talk about how long the jury have been deliberating. And I'm going to go over a note. No, cleaning my glasses. A note from the jury, and I'm going to give you that word for word and get your response to it. And then we're going to talk about the possibility of phase two for bifurcating this trial and what that means. And then we will kind of look at compensatory damages. And what is that? Oh, a little example. Okay, that's where we are. So let's get going. Um, I really expected the jury to come back sooner. So at the time of filming this, I'm on jury watch, and this may be uploaded just right after jury watch when the the jury gives their notice to come in. Okay. If you know how long they've been deliberating at this point, will you put it in the comments below or when you watch it? Um, I'm eager to find out how the guesses went, and it looks like we've already gone over what I was guessing. So let's talk about the note from the jury. Oh my goodness, I have it written on my phone. And I'm using my phone to record. Let me see, maybe I put it on this page. I don't know that I've memorized it word for word. Yeah. Okay. Basically, this is not going to be word for word. The jury sent a note out to the judge. So the judge called everybody in. We didn't know it was a note. We thought it might be the verdict. But the note was a bit off-putting. I think that maybe they were shooting for it being kind of funny, but it fell flat. With the seriousness of this trial and all of this time that they've set on the jury, whoever they chose wanted to be a little bit funny. And, I admire that in most respects. I think that Judge Carroll has done a fantastic job with the jury to bring some levity and kind of, in a way of appreciating them, letting them know that they're important, and also kind of trying to keep it light at times. So the note said was obviously not a verdict like we thought. Oh, how did it begin? The note said, it said, we have not located, I'm not sure they used the word located, the chart and the figures that we were told we would have. So I'm sure I'm changing that a bit, but that's what they were under the impression. And it says, if it is in these papers, then and they said ain't, not using correct English, but we ain't found it yet. So the next part, which really fell flat, some people were pretty upset about it. I am the type that I notice it, but it's not going to get to me because we're here for a greater purpose. And it said, if we don't get these calculations, then it was sort of like, then you won't be receiving enough money to really pay for your gas coming to the courthouse. So that was the part that was, like I said, it fell flat. We'll just leave it at that. So the judge read the note word for word. I believe he actually read it twice before we brought the jury in. So, as you know, well, I'm a speech therapist and not an attorney. I just love learning. There are things that are outside of the jury's presence will send the jury back so much that if it's not been accepted into evidence, or there are several different reasons that it would be outside the jury's purview to be able to read it and have the charts. So, Attorney Whitney went over that, but one thing he may not have thought of was asking them to get their pen and paper and write this down. So that's kind of where we are. We're on jury watch. And again, please write in your comments where we are as far as how long the jury's been deliberating at the point that you get to watch this video. And that's so interesting for me to get to go back. And I read every comment, and I'm very appreciative for them. And I love to, we've got a great community. I really love reaching out and getting to know you. All right, the next part, we're looking at the possibility of bifurcating this trial, which means to put it in two phases. So at this point, we've completed phase one. The jury has gone back to deliberate. But what we're anticipating at this point is phase two to determine our compensatory damages. And during that part, and I'll talk to you about what compensatory means too. They'll bring witnesses on the stand to testify to how deeply the plaintiff, well, one person told me to call it complainant, I believe. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but in the trial I've noticed they're saying complainant a lot. So the reason they'll be doing this, so we already know that they're going to be awarding the Klowaskis some money. So we know at this point the hospital has not like totally won their case. And what the part of compensatory damages is like a willful, malicious, or fraudulent. It can have several different words added into it. I just took this from the Law Network. That would rise above what our legal criteria is for gross negligence. Negligent. Negligence. Boy, tongue twister as I recover from the speech stroke. But I've learned to just be calm, work through it, because that's what I teach children in speech therapy. So, typically, this does not exceed 4 times the amount that's awarded in phase one, which is compensatory damages. So, just a little basic, I'm sure you can handle math. So if the plaintiff recovers, let's say 100,000, but we're in the millions with this trial. Let's just throw out an easy number. In phase one for compensatory damages, they come back, listen to witnesses on the stand. They'll be able to be crossed by the hospital. And the projection is they could receive typically, and it says up to 400,000 in punitive damages. So I'm getting to learn as we go along, just like you are. And as I said, I'm not an attorney, so some of these things don't just come second nature to me, and I have to kind of work through and figure out what's going on. So I hope that is a little oversight into My throat's getting dry. Into what we have coming up next. And thank you for following. This trial has been gut wrenching. There are parts that are difficult to even fathom what happened, especially with Beata. So, thank you for your comments, and we'll look forward to the jury returning with a verdict. Take care.